Hello, Ryan and Eric. Here is your sewer scope from today's inspection. That's that little utility room with the water meter, very large water meter, I must say, in there, in the closet in that downstairs room. Typical cast iron to start with, a little bit of flaking. Those are flakes of iron that have come off the pipe. Not uncommon. We're a quick run, just about 13 feet before we switch over to clay. There's some root growth right there. Normal at transitions from one material type to another. Sometimes the fit isn't the best, and you'll have roots growing in. You've got little tendrils of roots mixed in with what look like cobwebs, spider webs, things like that. But my guess, like Ryan, like I said to you today, is my guess is that this was probably cleaned at some point in the recent past, just to get it cleaned up a little bit for eventual sewer scopes like this. So all in all, looks pretty good. The only negative there is that you don't know any history on the pipe, right? So what I'll suggest in the written report is that just to create kind of a baseline, at some point in the future, whether it's 12 months from now, 16 months from now, or 18 months, I probably wouldn't go any further than that. I would come back and run a camera through it again, just to see what growth looks like. It could be quick. It could come in, propagate very, very rapidly, or not. It could be slow. Really, it's based on a number of factors. You've got typical offsets in the clay pipe. Nothing crazy, nothing that I couldn't get past. Sometimes the lip is large enough where, again, I can't jump over it. Paper products there, that's what's causing a little bit of the damming in there. That'll get washed out probably the next time you run a full cycle in the closed washing machine. Some root growth here growing in, very little. Again, it's probably been cleaned relatively recently. And right at about 82 feet, there's the city drop right into the city connection. All in all, a good pipe. Nothing that I would be concerned with. I don't see any cracks or anything, anything crazy, big offset separation, none of that. So again, it's just a question of figuring out what the norm is for this pipe, right? How often you have to come back and clean it, maintain it, whatever. But you'll figure that out over time. But again, all in all, I think you're in a fairly good spot. Ryan, like we talked about, also dig into the sewer line insurance. There's what your homeowner's policy is going to cover. Used to be that it was a given that they would cover you for backups. Now, more often than not, it's a rider that you have to add to your policy. Most companies only give you a very, very small amount for anything extraordinary, right? So, like we talked about, digging can be wildly expensive. The company that I use is listed in the one of the informational pieces that I'm going to send you as well. There's others out there, but that's the one that I use personally. I'm going to keep the camera rolling as I go back. Feel free to watch the return trip if you want. As always, please reach out to me with any questions or if I can be of service.